honestly, man, I just really want an S15. Hey, like, I don't know, I've just always wanted an S15. It's like, I just can't justify getting one now. Like, if there was a sign, if the universe would show me a sign to buy an S15, I'll get one right now.
Oh, look at this guy, let's dose on him.
I swear, I need to find where that S15 went. I just need to buy it. Oh my God, there it is. Excuse me. Can I please buy your S15? I will give you all the money in the world. I've had a sign from the universe and I need to buy this car. Please, please. I need to buy it. I want to buy it. Let me buy it.
Relax, relax. Well, look, just to let you know, he has had one owner, me.
Oh, wait, are you telling me this has had one female owner?
Yeah, and I've serviced it pretty good.
Have you thrashed it?
Nah.
Never thrashed?
Nah, never thrashed.
So it's never thrashed, one female owner?
Yeah.
Oh my God, please, let me buy it. I'll give you all the money in the world. What do you want? How much do you want for it?
You got 50 grand?
50 grand? Why do you want 50 grand for?
That's what it's worth.
I don't know 50 grand, but I've got 50 cents. 50, it's legit 50 cents, please. I need this car.
It's not a fake?
It's not a fake, it's 50 cents, legit, it's a bargain.
I'll do.
No way. Pleasure doing business with you.
You too.
Guys, I just bought an S15 for 50 cents. Congratulations on buying a Nissan Silvia S15 and welcome to the ultimate owner's guide to owning a Nissan Silvia S15. Alrighty guys, so first thing that you need to do after you own an S15, right? I've mentioned this in some of my previous videos, like 5 things to do after you buy an S15. I'll put it up here. But the first thing that you have to do, I'll say this every time, is do security mods to your S15, all right? I know it's tempting, all right? We want to put wheels on, we want to put front lips, we want to put exhaust, we want to do all the cool fun mods to your S15. It makes sense, but security is the most important thing, right? So I'm talking an alarm system, GPS tracker, kill switch, whatever you need to do to protect your S15, right? Because these things are becoming a lot rarer, a lot more expensive, and they're getting stolen and broken into a lot more than they used to. You need to make sure that you protect yourself, protect your S15, so nothing bad happens to it. I had to learn the hard way, as you guys may know. I'll link the video up here where my S15 got broken into a couple of years ago. I was dumb, I had no alarm and nothing like that, and the car got broken into. So I don't want that to happen to you guys. So first thing you do, protect yourself, protect your car, get a good alarm system. All right guys, so ignore my dirty wheels, but what I'm going to talk about...
Nah, how dare you? Clean that shit.
They're very dirty. White wheels, they're really difficult. So another important thing to know when you own an S15, so especially if this is going to be your first rear-wheel drive car, even if you're a P-plater and you're getting an S15 for your first car, you need to be very, very careful because these things do slide out and kick out very easily, which, yeah, it can be fun and all that, but when it's your first turbo, first rear-wheel drive, it can be pretty dangerous. So for example, when I first got this car, I was at the end of my green peas. It was my first turbo, first rear-wheel drive, and I literally, it was wet weather too, the day I bought it. I literally hit boost for the first time and the back end kicked out and I literally almost lost control and hit a parked car. So if it's your first time with a turbo and rear-wheel drive, it's something really important to know when you own an S15 and you first buy one. Be very careful, even when they're stock power, it's very easy to kick out. So yeah, it's really important when you own an S15 not to drive outside your comfort zone. I'd really recommend going to wet skid pen days at Eastern Creek or a track near you to get used to sliding the car and kicking it out. Even if you're not into drifting, it's good to know just for safety. If it happens on the road, you know how to control the car. I have gone to the wet skid pen a few times in my S15, so I'll link one of the videos up here and you can check out my channel if you want to see the other wet skid pen videos. But yeah, I would highly recommend after you buy an S15 and when you own one, go to as many wet skid pen events as you can, learn how to control this thing. That's another thing you got to do after you own an S15. All right guys, so ThatCarLife Support is going to demonstrate another thing that you need to know when you own an S15 is when you're carrying your friends around and driving your friends around, it's very tight in this car, all right? So I would not recommend using the back seat. So as you can see, the front seat, there's plenty of room, but in the back,
this is how I get in when we're with friends and I have to sit behind Jordan. I go in like this, I cross my leg over, and I sit like this.
So as you guys can see,
my belt still goes on.
It's not really roomy. So if you have 4 people in the car, like ThatCarLife Support, she's not the tallest person, and like look at how tight it is. There's no leg room, so it's basically a 2-seater. So
actually, you know what, while I'm here, guys, shout out to Redline Media. If you want photos of your car, sick photos of your car, hit up Redline Media __.
So ThatCarLife Support just did a shameless plug. She just started Redline Media, her photography page. So I'll put a link to her Instagram down below in the description, and I'll put up some photos here. Yeah, she's gotten pretty good and she's taken heaps of awesome photos. So if you guys want ThatCarLife Support to yeah, do a photo shoot on your car, hit her up at Redline Media, and please give it a follow. It'll be awesome to show her some support. Another thing you need to know when you're owning an S15 in the ownership guide is, yeah, there's not much room for your friends. Alrighty guys, so it wouldn't be an S15 ultimate owner's guide without having to tell you guys that you need to make your S15 dose and flutter, right? That's it. Turbo flutter. The S15, it's famous for being one of the best dosing turbo cars you can get, all right? Obviously the VL turbo's up here, but the S15, it's there, right? If you own an S15, you have to make it dose. There's no choice. You might not want to block off your blower valve at first and drive normal, but eventually you're going to bite the bullet and you're going to make your car flutter. And I'm going to show you guys what I've done to make mine flutter. All right guys, so I've actually done a video on how to make your turbo car flutter a few years ago, and if you want to check it out, I'll link it up here, but I'll give you guys a quick summary on how to make it happen. So all you got to do is block off the blower valve. I use a GK Tech blower valve blocker, chucked it in there. You need a cold air intake and a pod filter, and lastly, to get a really loud and long dose, you need a front mount intercooler. So as you can see, my car's got a fat front mount. Please ignore my cracked front lid, but all of this combined will give it a really nice dose and a loud and long flutter. So I'm going to show you guys how good the dose sounds, and obviously why you need to make your S15 dose. Ready? It literally becomes an addiction. You just want to flutter and dose any chance you get, and it's pretty fun and it sounds amazing. So yeah, another thing you got to do when you own an S15, make this thing flutter. Please do it, you won't regret it. Another thing you got to do when you own an S15, it's pretty standard knowledge, but please get it serviced regularly, especially with these SR20s. I'd recommend every 3,000 to 5,000 Ks. Just make sure it gets an oil change and it's serviced on a regular and timely manner, just to make sure that this thing lasts long and it's taken care of. And
I actually think that's with any car, hey?
It's pretty much every car, right?
It's
You're
just
right.
common sense.
It is pretty much any car, but especially when you have an S15, you want to take care of it and make sure it lasts long. So,
or any car that you really love.
Or any car, that's exactly right. But with an S15 especially, most people thrush these more often than regular cars. So it's just a quick tip. Please make sure when you own one, you take care of it, you service it. The less you service it, the longer you take to service it, the more things are going to break, and we don't want that to happen. We love these things. So another thing you can do when you own the S15 is, once you get used to the stock boost, which I'm pretty sure is around 7 PSI, you can get yourself a boost controller, right? A manual boost controller. So come over, look over here. As you can see, we've got this boost controller here. Now, this actually came with the car when I bought it. I've relocated it over here, and basically you can adjust the boost setting manually to whatever you want. So stock boost is around 7 PSI on this thing, but you can adjust the boost to make it obviously go faster, and the turbo flutter will actually sound better with a higher boost PSI as well. So from what I've learned over the years, you can run about 12 PSI without a front mount intercooler safely. And once you get a front mount intercooler, you can run about 15 PSI. So I ran 15 PSI on this thing for about 2 years straight with 0 issues. So that's my personal experience, and it doses really hard at 15 PSI. So yeah, it sounds good, it goes hard, and definitely do a boost controller. That makes a big difference. One more thing, when you own an S15, just be wary for rust in this pillar right here. So mine actually has rust, it had it when I bought it, but you need to be careful. This is actually a common spot where S15s rust. So before you buy one, make sure you check here for rust, and after you own an S15, just keep an eye on this area, as it can start to rust here. All right guys, last but not least, the last step to the ultimate S15 owner's guide is you got to show this thing off, right? You got to take it for drives. You got to make sure that you enjoy driving this thing and show it off. You got an S15, why not show it off? And if you're in Sydney especially, there's one place that is the S15's natural habitat to show these things off. If you want to see an S15 in the wild, where do you go?
Brighton!
That's right, you go Brighton, Les Andes, Bay Street. As you guys may know, Brighton's got a long-standing history with S15s. Obviously, we don't encourage stuff like that at all, but yeah, Brighton's pretty much like a habitat for S15. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to take it there and show you guys. We're going to take it to its natural habitat, so let's go. Alright guys, so this is the last step of the S15 ownership guide. You're going to take this thing for a drive and show it off. I'll be sad if we don't see any other S15s, because it is its natural habitat. S15's unfortunately in its natural habitat. I guess the S15's mainly come out at night, but that's basically where it is. So I guess we showed you guys at least where the S15 natural habitat is and where to take your S15 after you get one. But these things are just a whole lot of fun. Alright guys, so we just got home and I really hope you enjoyed that video on the S15 Ultimate Owner's Guide. And if you just bought an S15, I hope that this video could help you in any way. I know we put some memes in there, but I hope there were still some points that would actually help if you have bought an S15 and yeah, give you a little bit of an idea on, you know, things that you can do and some little tips and stuff to look out for after you buy one. And as you guys can see, we've got the Triple S Pulsar just sitting here on the street and yeah, it looks so hot. I actually love looking at this thing and it feels so good after we got it back from Central Auto Care. So this thing just sounds and looks amazing and yeah, it's just the best daily ever. But yeah, if you guys want to see some more content on the Triple S Pulsar, let me know in the comments down below. Alright guys, so I'll leave the video there. If you enjoyed, please make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, all of that for more, and I'll see you guys next time on That Car Life. Oh my god!
Wait, what? I didn't know you were gonna do that. For blooper purposes only. If you're actually willing to buy an S15, just keep in mind that it's not going to cost 50 cents. Jordan, why don't you film and put the car on the grass?
Why would I do that?
It's a tractor. Oh, fucking
It's going away now.
It stinks.
Guys, we've had to wait
Your
for
filming locations are shit.
We've had to wait for this garbage truck to leave. It just basically came, unloaded rubbish and left and it stinks. This is dedication, the filming here. Fucking cicadas. Stop. Is that what it is? Is that a cicada that's making that noise?
I think that's a cricket. I don't know.
Cricket.
I don't know.
Guys, the garbage truck first making all this noise and now these crickets won't shut up.
Hey guys, I'm officially resigning as ThatCarLife Support, so I will be doing interviews for someone to take my place as I'm sick of this.
I'm sick of these crickets. Fuck off.